I'm going to turn our program on.
Sounds glorious.
Look at all the hunky boys.
Not people, brains.
Stop your grinning and drop your linen. Found them.
Where's your pass?
Screw your pass.
Due to the recent events that have occurred, effective immediately, all classes are suspended until further notice.
Hello and welcome. You're listening to Students of Horror, where we don't claim to be authorities on the subject, but students of the genre expanding our studies, one movie at a time. Our assignment for this episode is 2017's It, as we study the subject of phobias. And if you're new or returning from Chuddle or coming back, Sam's here. I want to thank everyone. Welcome, Sam. While I say this thing real quick, we mentioned our subjects here. We kind of do this randomization of a bunch of subgenres, and then that's how we go off picking our movies. And that brings us to our subject.
That's right.
And our episode for tonight.
Formerly Chuddle the Pod.
And formerly Chuddle the Pod. Yes, thank you. And that'll be in the show description, I'm sure, as well. More important than us, we're so excited to welcome back Michael and Bobby from People Under the Scares. Welcome back to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having us back. Love the intro, by the way.
Yes, that was amazing.
Thank you.
I was rocking out. Like, that was like, you had all the amazing clips, and yes, I love it.
Brand new.
Yeah. Sam comes up with a lot of our I think I've done all our intros and stuff like that, but a lot of the music, the beats, and does that. So that was some of his stuff. I combined some stuff together and we grabbed those clips. All those clips are from movies that we've covered as Chuddle the Pod that are certified 5s. So we all gave them like our top markings. So
Love it.
Okay, I was going to say Van Helsing, but I don't think that got a 5.
That Van Helsing wasn't in there. There's
no, Van Helsing was not in
No.
there. But if you want to hear us talk about it, check it out. Yeah. People Under the Scares joined us for that one.
Exactly. So that's the welcome back. I wasn't on that episode, so I'm meeting there for the first time. And unfortunately, Ross isn't here tonight. He called us from a payphone right outside of a little town called Derry and said he was going to go check some things out over there on a road trip. But hopefully we hear back from him.
Hopefully he stays safe.
Hopefully it's not that during that 27 in the 27th year or whatever it is.
Right. Hopefully we're like on a leap year of sorts. Real quick, People Under the Scares, tell them about your show, where to find you guys.
Okay, I guess I'll take that.
Thank you.
We are People Under the Scares, a weekly horror podcast. Cover the classics, the guilty pleasures, great, the bad. A lot of hot takes, a lot of random debates, a little shade between the both of us, in our opinion.
Some games.
Some games as well, all in the name on. The vibe we go for is just two friends who like horror who come together and talk a little shit and have a little laughs.
Love it.
Yes.
Love that. Check them out. If you enjoy this, definitely check them out. Check them out either way. Thanks for coming on to our silly little show.
Yeah.
Before we continue, I must take a moment to thank our study buddies, whose generous support keep the club going strong for just $3 a month. Those are our patrons. We love you guys. Shout out. Want to support the show in other ways? Subscribe, rate, review, comment. Just share the show, whether it be Chuddle or Students of Horror. We're the same thing. Share it all.
Or share that we've changed our name if you want to help us get the word out.
Now, with all of our members present and the study buddies avowed, it's time to crack open the goo book and officially begin tonight's meeting.
Give me that goo.
Thanks, Sergio. Logline for this film: in the summer of 1989, a group of bullied kids band together to destroy a shape-shifting monster, which disguises itself as a clown and preys on the children of Derry, their small Maine town. It's a little wordy, in my opinion, but it gets to we know what's going on there. We got 2 taglines for this one, though.
So the first one is, "You'll float too."
I feel like that's the one that we kind of know, and it's
that's certainly the one I know. It only makes sense really if you're familiar with it. I would say if I didn't know the movie and read that, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Good point. I mean, certainly you might find out. The other tagline for it is, "It takes many forms," which is just like a truth statement.
Yeah.
I think I like that one better.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think it works too. You'll float too is a little more like you have to be on the in, like you said, and understand it already.
I like You'll Float too, because if I didn't know anything about this, I'm like, well, why are we floating and why would I float too? So
somebody else, you're already floating. Somebody in there is floating. That means if I'm doing it too.
Right, exactly. So I want to know why they're floating in order for me to float too.
Okay. I like that.
That's a great point. I might be intrigued. I'd be like, I'd like the idea of floating. Right. Maybe I want to float.
Yeah.
Tell me about this floating. So that's fine. Just the two quick ones for that. Let's jump over to our credits. This movie was directed by Andy Muschietti.
Yeah.
With a screenplay by Chase Palmer, Cary Joji Fukunaga, and Gary Dauberman. Now, there's a lot of people writing and getting leaving the job and moving around. So there's a lot of different stories from different people worked in here. I'll go with Andy real quick and start there. The director, he did other things like Mama from 2013 and did go on to do It Chapter 2 and some stuff with It Welcome to Derry.
Then he produced a movie I just saw, They Will Kill You.
Okay.
Which is like a fun action, gore, horror, brain candy, just fun movie. So when I saw his name as a producer, I was like, oh, right on.
That's cool.
Because it's like a Russian director or something making their first American flick. Then we have for the screenplay, we have Chase Palmer, not really known for any other things horror related at least. And Cary Joji Fukunaga. Cary was set to direct.
Yeah, so I included, I included some IMDb behind the scenes up here because I think it was going to clear some things up real quick.
Yeah, because of how it worked out. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So she was set to direct, but dropped out after years of pre-production due to a difference in artistic vision and in consequence. What the intended MPA rating was intended to be, with Fukunaga wanting the film to be NC-17 and the studio not willing to go past an R rating. The studio wanted to aim at a more commercially viable film, while Fukunaga wanted something closer to The Shining in tone and style. Andy Muschietti took over as director and began filming in summer of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a good call to make it R and not NC-17. I don't know what... I'm hoping it's just gore and other things and not something that I know was cut from the book.
Right.
Sure. Yeah, it had a much darker tone, it sounds like. After Fukunaga dropped out, Muschietti pitched a movie that would use most of the Fukunaga Palmer script, but with more of the famous scenes from the book adding. That was one of the big things, is that the other script, there's a bunch of name changes of the kids. They didn't really include much from there was a lot changed from what the original, except for a lot of the
weird. It wasn't that,
I don't know, more NC-17 stuff that it might do or something.
It wasn't very faithful except for NC-17.
Right. Yeah. And while Muschietti did most of the rewrite himself, the final version was touched up a little by Dauberman to get the movie back on the original budget. Because I know there's some other stuff from the book they wanted to pull in, but just didn't have the budget to do.
Sure. And Gary Dauberman did plenty of other horror stuff. Annabelle, The Nun, Salem's Lot 2024, Until Dawn from last year, and many other lesser known horror movies.
Yeah, I saw just little titles. I was like, that's horror, but I don't really know it that well. Key players in the film, of course, Jaden Martell as Bill. He was in a movie Sam and I really liked, Y2K from 2024.
Oh yeah, he was in there.
And
yeah, he's the main kid.
Little gory sci-fi piece. Yeah, it's fun.
It's like a dumb comedy, but if you like that, it's
fun.
Great.
And The Lodge from a movie from 2019.
Mm-hmm. You have Jeremy Ray Taylor as Ben Hanscom. And he was in Are You Afraid of the Dark 2019 and Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween from 2018. We also have Sophia Lillis as Beverly Marsh. She was in Gretel and Hansel. It's another horror related thing. She was also in the D&D movie with Chris Pine.
Mm-hmm. Finn Wolfhard as Richie Tozier.
Mm-hmm.
Tozier? Obviously, Stranger Things is his big thing, and Ghostbusters Afterlife and Frozen Empire. I included those.
And then he directed one that came out last year. What was that?
Was it the camp one?
Yeah, the camp one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I didn't even think to look under his directing, credits or anything like that.
No, yeah, why would you? Hell of a summer.
All right, cool. Chosen Jacobs as Mike, Jack Dylan Grazer as Eddie, Wyatt Olaf as Stanley, and of course, Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. Most notably, Nosferatu from 2024, The Crow from 2024, Barbarian Shout Out from 2022. Fun little horror comedy thing, Villains from 2019.
With Jenna Ortega, I think, right?
Maybe, and I know it has Jeffrey Donovan in it. So he gets to play a fun little character. And that's always delightful to see.
That's Burn Notice, right?
Burn Notice, yeah. Big cast in this one.
Big cast, yeah. We have Nicholas Hamilton as Henry Bowers, who is also in Do Not Enter from this year. Jake Sim as Belch Huggins. Logan Thompson as Victor Chris. And Owen Teague as Patrick Hockstetter. We've seen him in The Empty Man, I See You, and Black Mirror.
Yeah. Lastly, I included Georgie Jackson Robert Scott. He was in a movie called The Prodigy in 2019, and I think like a little bit of Fear the Walking Dead. Now, obviously, as we said, there's much bigger cast in here, but those are all the kids. Those are our main stars here that really pull everything out. Now we can go over here.
Who is the horror forward?
This will be the best place where we get to open it up and just start talking a little bit more about some stuff here. First question we always ask is it for beginners? And I said that I think if you can handle it, it requires you watching some of it. But if you like watch the first scene of it, I think, and you're able to handle it, you can watch the rest of the movie and go on with it. Because that has a pretty big,
I'd agree with that.
moment that's striking enough. And I said the kid's dynamic in it is really good to pull a beginner through. I think a lot of it as well.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think it's a great beginner horror movie. I would agree that the opening is a bit intense, but I think, you need a little taste of that. Decide if you want to stick around, it's not, could be worse.
I agree. It's a good barometer. If they can through the first scene, I'm like, okay, so I have some other things I can show you after this. If they can't handle it, then I'm like, okay, we're going to stick to, I don't know, Bobby's Disney horror movies that he enjoyed.
Halloween Town.
Yeah. What's wrong with Halloween Town?
Nothing.
But I agree with you guys. Like, I feel like obviously it's, it sets the tone for the rest of the movie. I don't think anything else in the movie is quite that gnarly like what happened to Georgie. But I think it's great for beginners. Like, I feel like if I was a kid and I watched this, I would be freaked out, but I would enjoy it for sure.
It's scary in the right kind of way. Yeah, make it
go kind of way.
Listen, the miniseries got me together. Like, that started my fear of clowns overall. Like, even to this day, in my 30s, I'm still scared of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Scarred you deep, huh?
Yeah, it did.
An example, we had an episode where we were playing random musical clips from movies for the other one to guess what it was, and I inserted the intro music from the miniseries of It for Bob. He was not a fan.
Oh, it freaked me out.
Threw his headphones off.
I literally did, and I cursed myself. So, like, I'm not lying. I really
almost
did
the end
that.
of the show. Other subgenres this would fit into, speaking of clowns, I would say if you want to call a clown movie a subgenre, certainly cosmic and supernatural are other big ones.
Yeah. I don't know what the name for it is, but like I guess maybe like a coming of age horror movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's just a coming of age story in general.
Yeah.
Just tack that on, though.
Sure.
Coming of age horror.
Yeah.
I mean, that certainly has its roots. We've mentioned many times things like Ginger Snaps as well would be like,
absolutely.
well, not necessarily coming into your body. Like, yeah, there's all this stuff.
Jennifer's Body.
Yeah.
I lean toward Creature Feature.
Yeah.
I could just see anything.
Good call.
And God, defend Pennywise.
Here we go.
I would just say it's just an entity acting in its own nature. It has to feed. And so, I mean, I can't really blame it for that.
Oh, sure.
So I would just say we should go a little easy on Pennywise. That's all.
Sure.
I'm okay.
The wolf is just being a wolf. Pennywise is just being it.
Yeah.
Creature's just. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I agree, but at the same time, he's really petty and disrespectful, especially watching not the miniseries, Welcome to Derry. I can't agree with that, Mike. I'm sorry. No.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen Welcome to Derry, so I don't know how much it does, but I would say based on how it seems to be, minor spoiler, Pennywise likes to kill children and he likes to scare them.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like that scaring adds just a little bit of flavor that makes things taste better.
They
It doesn't
need
seem
the
like he
fear.
has to do to do it too much.
Yeah.
At some point, he could probably just eat them and have it just like it'd be like a bland, boiled chicken. So he's not really scaring the kids.
Oh, what's that?
It's not scared at all.
What is the best advice you could give to someone going into this movie? And I would say including any sort of trigger warnings. The biggest one I would have in that would be there's child endangerment to many different levels.
Yes.
Child death.
The fear of clowns. What's the name? What's the
Ooh, I had it written
Clown
down, but
phobia.
I don't think I.
Like horophobia or something
like that?
Yeah,
I'm sure it's got a proper name.
Yeah.
You're pretty much saying it, I believe, probably right. Coulrophobia. COULRO.
Okay.
That
Phobia.
if
Yes.
you have that, warning.
Yeah, sure. There's some pretty heavy bullying as well. I don't know. That could be triggering for some people.
Certainly.
I would say this is not Stranger Things. Do not come in here expecting everyone to make it out alive.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some dark moments.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it was dark moments in
But
Stranger Things, but like, look what happened to Barb.
That Justice for Barb.
Justice for Barb. Yes.
I think those are certainly good things. And then the other would be just this is a lights down spooky movie that I think can get you with some good scares and stuff too, to enjoy it that way.
Absolutely.
Knowing you're going to get these serious subjects, but you're going to have a nice, good, scary.
Set yourself
movie.
up for a scare. Treat it like a genuinely scary movie, not like a haha scary movie.
Right. It's not one of those haha movies. I mean, it has its haha moments for sure. Right. And lastly, would this please a gore hound? Now, my initial thought is kinda. There's blood. I mean, there's particularly one scene with a lot of blood, and there's like a little bit of, dismemberments and stuff like that. But it's not anything too gory that I think would scare someone away. Like we said, it's good for beginners.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, there's blood, but it's nothing too crazy. And then, I mean, what happens to these kids is nothing too out of pocket where you have to be like, oh my gosh, like I can't let my child watch that. Like everything is okay. Like it's fine. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say like a little bit, but if you're a gore hound, don't go to it to get your fix.
Yeah.
Good point. Now let's get over to our spoilers. Spoiler zone. We always started off with some IMDb behind the scenes. Whittled it down as best we could, but a lot of fun stuff in here. First off, Jack Dylan Grazer, who played Eddie, was the first one of all the kids to work with Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise. During their scene, Grazer would cry and gag while Skarsgård was right in his face, yelling and drooling. Skarsgård was genuinely concerned for Grazer, and after the scene ended, asked him if he was okay. Grazer looked right at him and said, "Love what you're doing with the character." Skarsgård was left confused and impressed at Grazer's attitude, calling the child actors little professionals.
What a precocious young man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun.
I do like that. Yeah, that's great.
Love what you're doing with the character. Keep it up, Bill. It's so like adult.
Because you wonder about these kids making this movie, like how affected they are. So I love that they handle it with such a professionalism. So the teeth prosthetics that Bill Skarsgård wore as Pennywise made him drool profusely. Director Andy Muschietti liked this as the drooling adds to the ravenous nature of Pennywise.
Oh, yes.
And the grossness.
Yeah. He does it a lot in this.
Yeah, he's like so drooly. Like,
yeah.
I think I noticed it before, but there's just a lot. He's always got something like dangling from his lip.
Yeah.
Pennywise only has 4 minutes of dialogue in the entire film.
Oh,
That makes sense.
I mean, you think about it, like it sounds ridiculous, but you're like, yeah, I guess he really doesn't.
It's funny.
It'd be all combined together.
Doesn't
I
have
guess
a lot
he's
to
in.
say necessarily.
Right.
I actually was thinking she'd shut up in this, so the fact that it was only 4 minutes.
Oh yeah.
And Bill Skarsgård did research into the quote unquote the psycho universe to find his own way to perform Pennywise, meaning he got inspiration from The Shining, A Clockwork Orange, The Dark Knight, and Silence of the Lambs.
okay. Interesting.
Dark Knight's an interesting one to do, considering like kind of famously Heath Ledger couldn't separate himself from the character and he wasn't nearly as professional as these children were.
Yeah, and Skarsgård did mention he had like he was so in character and stuff. It did, not necessarily much separating that, but like he would have nightmares about like being, or not necessarily being Pennywise, but crazy
Nightmares
shit
about
going
eating
on.
children.
Probably something to that extent, I imagine.
I mean,
If you have to be thinking about doing that all day.
Yeah.
it does make sense because there are a lot of people who like Tim Curry's version of Pennywise, and so he have to come with his own version of something that would be entertaining and scary on its own.
Different. Yeah, absolutely. Because it was like an iconic role before from Tim Curry. He's good at those iconic parts.
I think that's why I appreciate Bill Skarsgård as this new version of Pennywise, is because of what he's not exactly like Tim Curry, or he's not trying to replicate that. He is forming his own version of Pennywise, again, with the drooling, the staring at the children when he's kind of like forgetting what he's about to say because he's thinking about eating them, and just like those moments, and the playfulness and all of that. Like, yes, Tim Curry did the playfulness in there, but it's just they're two different versions of Pennywise. I enjoyed them both, but I definitely give Bill his props for this version.
I'm with you.
Certainly.
Bill Skarsgård actually was able to smile in such a weird way that it really intrigued the director, and now it's Pennywise's iconic smile. Skarsgård had originally developed the smile when he was a child and was trying to scare his brothers. So he was chasing Eric or whatever the other Skarsgård beauties around.
I remember he was on a talk show and he did it. I don't know which talk show host it was, but they made him do it, and he like looked into the camera and did the smile in the eyes. I was like, whoa. I don't like it.
Because he can do those eyes too.
He can get his one eye to like move wrong.
Yeah, he can move them kind of independently.
Now that's acting.
All that you see, not all, a lot of what you see when in the movie of him doing that, that's him like controlling both eyes.
Insane.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And yeah, there's claims that there's not as much CGI as you think in the movie. I mean, obviously there's quite a bit. He can really
make his arms stretch out like that too.
Doing a lot. Like when he's in the stuffed into the refrigerator and comes like
contorting,
coming out of that. They did do a sort of version of him actually contorted a little bit. He was like on wires and upside down and like made it all weird, but then they added on so much CGI shit to it.
So it's like a combination of practical and CGI.
Yeah, so a lot of that was just like overlays and things like that. But yeah, a lot of the weird shit he was doing, he was doing. Something I thought that was interesting, Hugo Weaving and Skarsgård were the two finalists for the role of Pennywise after Will Porter left the project. So if you didn't know, Will Porter was originally going to be Pennywise and kind of like dropped out.
I thought that was just like something the internet wanted to happen. I didn't know he actually had accepted it and then decided not to do it.
It's because production got pushed back like by a year or something to that extent, and it conflicted with scheduling.
Oh yeah, and the thing with the original director probably. What's funny is it's so messed up that everybody was like, man, look at this guy. He could be Pennywise. Like, come on now.
I was just thinking that. He just there's something with his eyebrow. I could do a crazy smile also with his face.
Oh yes,
totally. Yeah, Bill Skarsgård is a good-looking dude.
Yeah, and Hugo Weaving, that is Agent Smith from The Matrix. For anyone who might not know. So different type of person.
Lord of the Rings.
Tu Wong Fu, maybe? No.
Lord of the Rings, you are correct. And maybe what Sam said, I don't remember.
Where Wesley Snipes is a drag queen?
Yeah, that's it. Skarsgård eventually got the role, reportedly due to his ability to play a more fun and childlike Pennywise. in addition to a creepy Pennywise, while Weaving reportedly fell short in playfulness and could only play creepy.
That's funny.
Yes.
I want to see that.
I would like to see the test footage or something.
Yeah, exactly. Test footage, whatever it is.
Skarsgård talks about how he had to wear like clown makeup to a lot of these auditions and footage, and he has like these memories of being in a car, like being just fucking like, I feel like this is what we are as actors, a bunch of clowns and stuff like that. But he's like driving to an audition in clown makeup, and he'd be like doing his lines and laughing maniacally to himself to try to figure things out, and people would just look over.
This is fun.
See that going on. I mean, it's just another day here in New York City, but like that'd be fun to see.
Yeah.
Clown in a car laughing maniacally.
Some lines of dialogue were improvised by the actors. Much of Richie and Eddie's banter was improv, which is pretty cool. I mean, these kids really are professionals, especially because Finn Wolfhard's character is, you know, what is it, trash mouth or something like that they call him. He's always
yeah
he's like the little crack him up of the group.
He's cursing.
But the bad kid, yeah.
His humor was needed, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. It'd be a lot more difficult to get through the movie without his dialogue to like uplift it a little bit.
Certainly.
Jackson Robert Scott, who played Georgie, is the youngest in the movie and stated that he wasn't as scared of Pennywise as he thought he would be. He said he actually had a fun time doing his scenes and that Bill Skarsgård was always joking around.
Made him feel comfortable, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That scene was scary to me. So,
which is great. Yeah. I
sure,
mean,
yeah.
And for a lot of the time, for the first half of this movie, Skarsgård was kept away from the kids because they didn't film a lot of the Pennywise scenes, and they wanted their first reaction to him to be, you know, scary and everything, seeing him for the first time and that stuff.
One of those. Yeah.
But Skarsgård talks to me, he's like, oh man, it really sucked because I was just like only able to hang out with like a couple other people and not really like bond with the crew. He's like, that's one of the fun parts about making a movie.
Sure. Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah. Once he was able to like play around, it seems like everyone had a great time. The kids especially bonded really well together on set.
It shows.
That's great. I like Bill Skarsgård. I like hearing good things about him.
As do I. After seeing the film for the first time, Stephen King, the author of the novel, has stated, I wasn't prepared for how good it really was. So that's fun to see Stephen King actually.
Yeah, he liked it.
Something.
If it had gone in
I feel like he says that a lot.
Yeah. Good thing they didn't go in the Shining direction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Would have hated it.
And when Richie is in the clown room, there's a mannequin dressed as the miniseries version of Pennywise the Clown, Tim Curry's, which I think I noticed the first time and I forgot to look for like on the second time I was watching it. Like
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. There's also a portrait of Tim Curry as Pennywise hanging on the wall.
Cool. I missed that one.
Yeah, that scene is overwhelming. You're just kind of like, okay, I know he's going to out somewhere. So you're just waiting.
There's so much stuff happening so quickly at that point.
Yeah, I bet you missed that one. That's the damn clown room. Of course you're like, no. I ain't looking for anything else here.
Okay, so this is interesting. We kind of touched on it. Something that was omitted from the book from the book, omitted from the movie. For obvious reasons, a key scene from the book was omitted, where Beverly has sex with all the other members of the Losers Club in order to cement their mual bond. What the fuck?
That's
I had heard there was like a child sex scene, but I didn't realize that's what it was.
Yeah, it's like an orgy, and they're all like,
I don't understand. I know when he was asked about this, he mentioned it's supposed to represent children losing their innocence, but I just don't. Other ways to
That's his excuse.
do that.
How about defeating a monster? Yes. That's a good way to lose your innocence.
Hello.
They accomplished it in this movie. It's clearly not needed, or the miniseries movie as well.
It's even weirder. I don't know if there's a through line in the book of like her character being slut shamed, even though she had never done anything. But it's a through line in this movie. So if it's in the book, it'd be even weirder for her to be like, no, but then, oh yeah, all these boys, let's go.
Why just Beverly? The hell?
Yeah.
Right. Why didn't they all have sex with each other?
They didn't all need to have sex with Beverly. They all could have had sex with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you really want to cement that bond.
Yeah. But yeah, I heard that it's like to shed their innocence, and that helps them.
Gross.
Like Pennywise or some nonsense. I think it works better when it's we're not afraid of you anymore.
Yeah.
And normally I hate that in movies, but it works. It works with this.
Yeah. I think it works so well because it's so much of Pennywise's appetite or power, whatever, comes from the fear of them. And that's such a strong point to it that it's the obvious answer, but it makes sense and it feels appropriate. Quick movie talk. Not quick movie talk. This is where we talk about
quick recap,
a whole bunch of the movie, and we start with a quick recap of the movie. So I will go ahead and give that for you all this week. In 1988, in Derry, Maine, a young boy named Georgie is lured into a storm drain and killed by a shape-shifting entity known as Pennywise, the dancing clown. 1 year later, Georgie's older brother, Bill, and his friends, a group of outcasts known as the Losers Club, began experiencing individual supernatural encounters with this entity. They discover that the creature is an ancient evil, and it emerges every 27 years to prey on the children of Derry, uses its shape-shifting abilities to manifest as the specific fears of its victims. Most oftentimes, they're phobias. Subject. Which claims that makes them taste better. So that's what I was kind of saying. It's like it really likes the fear because it makes them taste good. It doesn't want
like ketchup.
Food.
Condiments.
In addition to the supernatural threat, the group is pursued by the local bully, Henry Bowers, who becomes increasingly violent while under the influence of the entity. The group eventually tracks the creature's lair to the town's sewer system. Beneath an abandoned house, they realize that its entity gains powers from their terror, and that by standing together, suppressing their fear, they can physically harm it. And after a final confrontation in the sewers, they manage to severely injure Pennywise, forcing it into a premature hibernation. The film concludes with the Losers Club making a blood oath to return to Derry as adults to destroy the entity if it ever resurfaces.
Mistake.
So that's it.
That's it. Yeah. That blood oath.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But that's gross. So we have a story basically where 7 kids are hunted by a creature that turns into whatever they are most afraid of, and they have to stick together to survive it. Based on that premise, does the movie work?
I would say absolutely. I think people love following kids in horror movies. I think Pennywise as a villain is a villain for children. Everyone's fears, but kids especially.
Did you hear that, Bobby?
It works. I think it's very entertaining. Would I say it's scary? Not for me per se, but I guess it's scary for other people and it working in that way.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm not sure it does work for me. I think because every time it is around, it's just like, ooh, look how scary I am. Doesn't that freak you out? Like, no, it's like your reaction to Inside, Brian, of everything being like so over the top violent. All these like sort of over the top classic type of scary stuff is just like silly to me. But I can see why it would be scary, but it does not work that way for me. I laugh at the clown a lot.
It's funny.
Yeah, for me, like even watch this, I've seen this in the theaters twice. Because I was,
oh wow,
yeah, I went, with me and my partner, and then my mom wanted to see it, so I took her. But I definitely enjoyed it. I think it works. I can see why you guys don't think it's scary for sure. I think there's moments in it that's kind of creepy, the vibe and what he does. But I do agree with y'all saying like it's kind of like forced in a sense where Pennywise, every time we see him, he's doing this like shaky, jittery stuff. He's trying to be very scary when he doesn't need to do that as much. Sure. Like the whole sewer situation in the beginning of the movie was good. Like that vibe, the way he was talking.
He's like still.
He was still. It was very subtle. And then you get other moments in the film where it seemed like it's kind of forced. There's another part of the movie where Bill's in the basement when he sees Georgie. That moment to me was pretty creepy too, where he was kind of using him as a puppet. But other than that, like overall, like I could see how it works and don't work at the same time. Maybe if I was younger, I seen this as like a 12-year-old or something.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, being grown, I'm kind of like, and being as though I was traumatized by the first, like the miniseries.
Sure. You already had your it trauma.
Exactly. I'm already instantly drawing that comparison, even though I see the difference, but I'm already drawing that comparison.
I think that's the tough thing. Is trying not to compare it, because this does feel like I'm trying to be scary. This is the other Pennywise. He was more so like acting like a clown, and then there would be random moments when he would just be really sinister and it would just turn on. Versus this, it feels like he's trying to be scary.
Yeah, freak out the normies.
I mean, he kind of reminds me of a crackhead, to be honest. So
Tim Curry's too, in a sense, if you think about it.
Yeah, but I like the portrayal of his crackhead. So I think one of the strongest ways that it works for this premise is the kids and their story, their coming of age thing, and just their interaction, watching them fight through it is the best stuff. I totally also agree with. I get that feeling of like, doesn't this freak you out, man? Like that's the Pennywise's vibe. So it's not necessarily totally scary.
Right.
But I appreciate it, how it could be scary for a younger audience or someone different. So I like a lot of that aspect. And I like, it's just going to be like a different flavor. And which one do you like a little bit more, I think. But I grew up with the Tim Curry version as well. And I think I have memories of it being scary than I ever actually thought it was scary. I feel like I have memories of people telling me this is the scariest movie or something like that.
Oh,
sure.
And I would watch it. I'm like, I'm kind of on the opposite end. Clowns have never really scared me, done much for me. I don't.
Oh, wow.
I kind of don't care for clowns as an evil villain. I think it's a little, sometimes I think it's a little too easy to do. Like evil clown, it's easy to make a scary looking evil clown. But that being said, I like the Pennywise portrayal in this, and I like that the drooly, like he can't control himself. He's trying really hard to. This creature is trying really hard to play this Pennywise character, but every now and then just goes back into creature mode and can't help but drool over the feast.
I think that's my favorite aspect of this version of him is him doing that, trying to keep it in, so he don't give away him being a monster so quickly. So you can lure the kids in and make them feel safe.
Yeah. And I think if we have to work in its world of that's the premise of that's what it has to do, I think it's fun, because ultimately I think it is a kind of funny premise of like having to scare the kids so that you can eat them.
So I think that happens. I agree with you on the characters, the kids all working, like the group dynamic is great and all that stuff. And I think oftentimes for me with anything Stephen King, the character stuff is great, but it's really the like scaring device that I'm like, meh, whatever.
Sure.
I get that.
I can get that. So speaking of the characters and the scaring device, we'll talk about the opening of this film. It's like we mentioned, it's if you can handle this scene, you'll be good with the rest of the movie. We get it. It's 1988. 12-year-old Bill is making a paper sailboat for his little brother Georgie, who's about 6 years old. Georgie it's raining profusely, he puts on like this bright yellow raincoat and goes outside to sail the boat along the rainy streets of our small town, Derry, Maine. And he's too busy trying to chase after this thing that he like knocks his head on like a barricade that he's not paying attention to. So that allows the little boat to fly down and go into a storm drain. As he attempts to retrieve it, this is when Georgie sees a clown in the drain who introduces himself as Pennywise, the dancing clown. Enticing Georgie to come closer, Pennywise bites his arm off and then sticks his long dangly arms, stretches those out, and pulls him into the sewer.
Yeah.
It's rare that you see that kind of violence against children in a mainstream horror movie. So getting the arm bitten off with Georgie crawling away and the bloodstream like flowing with the rainwater down the sewer is like, pretty tough for, like I said, a mainstream horror movie. You're like, oh, goddamn.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And that whole interaction, Bobby, I think I agree with you. I think that's maybe the scariest interaction he has with anyone, because it's just like the eyes, and then he's just like, well, I can be your friend. I'm Pennywise. Like, it's the stillness makes it scarier to me, because you're waiting for something to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Rather than, giant Pennywise crawling out of a screen or something.
The theater reaction during this scene was crazy, because I think everybody realized what kind of movie they were in for, especially if they saw the miniseries, and they were like, oh shit, this is not going to be the same vibe as the other movie at all.
Right.
Yeah, that was my
thought. Gonna have that serious tone,
because obviously miniseries, you have to cut some things out. Now this version of the movie is in theaters, is rated R. So before even getting into it, I'm like, I wonder how much they're going to do from the book and how much we're going to see. Is it going to be more bloody, all that stuff? And my reaction to this opening scene, like my mouth was open, because I didn't know they was going to see his face transformed and, crunch down onto his arm, pull it off, you see him crawl away. Like, that was intense. I wasn't ready to see that. And especially with child deaths and horror, I mean, sometimes they're a little rare.
Yeah.
So to see this,
screen.
yeah, and we've seen everything. Minus some getting munched on at in the sewer, but we know what happens. And then to see the old lady come out with her cat, even the cat was looking like, damn. Like,
you see that shit?
Yeah. And then the blood and just I felt bad for him.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah. And I do love the way all this is shot, particularly once Georgie is out there playing in the rain. I think it all looks good.
I think a lot of this movie is shot very well, and a lot of that stands out to what they do, the visual style, how Pennywise looks, how a lot of the special effects designs are really cool. And there's the whole in the book, what is it? They're in the 50s or something like that, 50s, 60s.
Yeah, I think it's 50s, and then 80s is when
This one we go they're kids in the 80s, so you get that 80s nostalgia. Was there anything that stuck out to you guys in terms of the filmmaking, like we were talking about?
Cinematography, like you guys said, the sound. I'm a big person when it comes to music and sound. So right after that scene happens, you hear like the music come on, then you hear the children singing, which was kind of a creepy element. I don't like that either. That gave me goosebumps. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't like it because obviously that reason.
Right.
But
right.
But it was good. So I feel like cinematography wise and the music, everything was good. My only critique is some of the CGI being used in this movie was kind of a little shaky. And I wasn't a huge fan of that. And I was hoping even going into the second one, they would use less of that. And even the show use less of it. But in this one in particular, I was just like, it kind of took me out of it in some parts of it. That's really my only complaint with that. But other than that, I loved everything else about the movie.
The soundtrack was done by Benjamin Wallfish. He did a lot of contrasting, distorted nursery rhymes for Pennywise when he's around and all that stuff. And then warmer, more orchestral motifs for the Losers Club stuff. So there's a big play in this movie to make like the scenes where all the kids are hanging out together without Pennywise to feel very warm in summertime and like hot summer and all that stuff. So through music, through lighting, through all the kind of color hues and stuff.
Feels very Stand By Me in a way, which is another Stephen King story.
I love that one too. Bobby mentioned the sound design. There's one particular scene. It just does something to me after when they're in the Neat house and Pennywise is about to eat Eddie, I think his name was, the kid on the floor. And then the kids upstairs basically get past the threshold of the door, and then he turns around and it's just like heavy bass that plays as his head turns around. There's something that just really unnerved me about that whole moment.
Nice.
Yeah, I know what part you're talking about.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think for me, the main standout is the cinematography. And then we usually don't touch on it in filmmaking, but the child actors are all really good. Like, I think they were all cast very well, and they do a really good job. It's hard to get kids that do a very good job, let alone that many, and that can like carry a movie. But I thought they were excellent.
Agreed.
Yeah, good as place as any to talk about it, because I agree. They do a lot for this movie. They all play a different enough character.
Sure. I feel like the book probably gives us more characterization on who is it, Mike and Stan. I feel like we don't get a ton of...
I believe Mike in the books is the one who knows about the history of Derry and all that kind of stuff, as opposed to Ben.
And they swap it and gave it to Ben.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but again, it felt good, and I love how they were able to modernize it by making the kids in the 80s. You know, that does pull it into like, you know,
New Kids on the Block. I do love when they do that sound drop. I think it's when she opens the door and the poster's on the back, and he's like, "Please don't." And
she looked at him like,
Yeah, it was a good moment.
That was a great choice too, because I think it's easier for us to relate to kids in the 80s, just the way they act, the way they speak and jump around, versus the kids in the 50s. I like that, but I was like, it's a little too far removed for me to relate to the way these kids talk.
Yeah. And Stephen King does love his 50s characters, real caricatures of those.
That was his childhood, right? So,
Another thing, the town of Derry was meticulously crafted by Claude Perret to look quaint yet sinister. So there's a lot of big set pieces, notably that beat down, what's it called, Niebolt House.
That's the house on top
it's
of
all
the well.
The decayed.
Well. They say something about crackheads hang out there or something.
Pennywise is hanging out there.
They do, yeah. Crackhead clowns.
Oh yeah, and the cinematography, we can't mention it. It was shot by Chung Hoon Chung, who did Old Boy.
Oh,
yeah. So
cool.
Yeah,
I can see that he's done a interesting.
I do like that they the way Derry look, because that's one of the big things too. Like, you have to get the town right, because it's not just Pennywise necessarily affecting these kids. It's the whole entire town. That's why the parents, well, not just the parents, but all the adults act weird, and it's just a vibe overall in Derry. So I'm happy that this kind of like they paid attention to that in this movie. I mean, even going forward to the TV show, I know you guys haven't watched it yet, but it's a big part. Like, Derry is a huge, and it kind of like it's a good continuity coming from this one. Like, everything is pretty much the same, and I love that. So watching this now after the show, I'm paid attention to a couple other things that I noticed in the show. So I got a little excited as well. But the set design is great, especially when they're in that sewer.
The sewer,
amazing.
That whole end sewer moment, that's a whole big set piece that was built for, and that's just
where they're all floating.
They're all floating down there.
Jeez.
Sure were.
So is there anything, I know we touched on the CGI, anything else that kind of pulled you out of the experience?
Ouch.
Pulled on your suspenders of disbelief? Brian, you look like you got one.
No, I was just going to say, like, one of the things I noted here was that, like, because it's so supernatural, it's such a cosmic entity and being, like, you have more of those suspenders put on, your suspension of disbelief, as it's probably more commonly heard of.
Right.
But I think, like, maybe those little going back to the CGI moments, but I can't think of anything too else. No.
I mean, for me, it was pretty much every time he scared a kid, I was like, come on. We get it, it's scary.
But is that more like, I guess it's something that just pulls you out. I just didn't think of that as like
it pulls me out of the experience.
It's a little bit different than like, I think, like suspension of disbelief for me.
It is different. Yeah.
I don't know about pulled me out, but it definitely pissed me off. I felt like more of the kids should have been way vocal about, I don't want to go in this house or go back in the sewer. What the fuck are you talking about?
Weren't they
I'm not doing
saying that? They were about to beat.
It was like what they were
two
up. And he should have.
Yeah.
Even Stan was like, no, I ain't doing this again. Like,
absolutely. And I do like that they gave us a reason for them to go in the second time versus just listening to Bill. But I just felt,
Right, because Beverly's
but I don't know.
captured.
I don't know if I'm no hero, so I don't know if that would have been enough incentive for me to go back down there. But
Let's call the police.
Well, it's
There's a clown in the well. He took my friend.
They're in this situation where one of the tropes that kind of happen in some horror movies is useless adults, where the adults don't seem to be able to help or do anything, and that's certainly a byproduct of dairy itself. Dairy is mentioned, I know, in other Stephen King novels, and it gets its way around as like one of the most evil places.
Okay.
Like it just oozes bad things.
Kids disappear 6 times the national average.
Exactly. So the adults, even when they're in it, kind of have like this, I guess, blindness to really helping the children.
Right, because doesn't Beverly's dad like not see the blood?
Oh yeah, he doesn't see any of it.
Nope.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, adults don't know, or it only works on kids. And then I watched it chapter 2. I was like, well, I guess that theory's out the window.
that has been one of the things I've questioned, because to me, if you lived in this town that long, I'm assuming most of these people have been around for generations. I always thought it was odd that the adult forget, which I understand is like a Pennywise thing. Like he just is able to make them forget over time. But I just always thought it was strange how it's just not talked about adults. The only thing is maybe Eddie's mother being overprotective. I thought maybe he understood, and that's why she was doing the things she was doing.
Yeah. Same thing with Mike's grandfather. Like in the beginning, like he was a little bit aggressive
Stephen
with
Williams.
him.
He's in Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah.
And he's Mr. X in the X-Files, and he's Rufus in Supernatural.
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't know that, Mike.
I did not realize.
I was the fucking Leo meme as soon as I saw him pointing at the screen.
I believe one of the reasons with Mike is that they live on like the outskirts of town, from what I remember, and so there's less influence over the people there. Like the farther away from you get to the center of Derry.
Okay,
you guys gotta watch the show.
I might.
When y'all watch let me know.
So I had seen this when it came out and never saw the second one. I finally watched the second one after watching for this, and watching the second one kind of slowed me down on pursuing Welcome to Derry. But I've heard really good things.
So I watched the first episode and I kind of like, I was like, this Pennywise is really being edgy now, huh?
Thought he was freaking out the normies before.
Yes.
You know what? That's a good barometer. Just like the thing is a good test. Maybe the first episode is a good test for you to see if you were
interesting
further in it.
I'm interested to go back. I'm sure I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
There's other certainly classic tropes within it. I mean, classically, we have an abandoned house, a haunted house of sorts. I mean, that's just straight up in there.
Yep.
Creepy basement. Is there any of these that you felt they pulled off well or not well at all? I think it did well enough, like, again, within the scope of this movie, that like these tropes feel okay and well enough. They weren't noticeable in the sense that I'm like, yes, I guess the adults are being useless, but I'm like, again, I guess give that leeway because of the supernatural aspect of Pennywise maybe controlling them or something like that. So it doesn't bother me as much.
I mean, it makes them more in danger because you can't, like, when you're a kid, who you go to for help? Adults. And when they're not believing in you, which happens a lot in these horror movies, the only people you can rely on is your friends that are kids, or maybe that one adult that might believe in you. But other than that, you have to rely on each other and yourself, because the adult's not going to believe in you and they're not going to help you. And that's scary within itself. If you're a child and you go into your mom or dad and they don't believe in you, and something bad happens, it's
They'd just be like, stay away from that house.
Yeah.
Right? Don't go hang out with those friends.
I mean,
for me,
Eddie
one of the
Mom
tropes
tried
is
doing it.
Right?
The bully who's like, just having a bully, but also the bully having a hard family life that kind of explains maybe why they're so messed up. very tropey, but totally worked. I hated the bully, but then when the dad like shoots the gun at the ground and he's like shivering and he's like, doesn't take much to make a fear.
A paper boy crumble.
Only takes a little fear to make a paper man crumble. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, oh, now I'm feeling bad for this guy. Right. I hate this guy.
I didn't. I like whatever. I didn't like Henry.
And everyone,
I hate him. Yeah.
Everyone seemed to have
like bullies.
We talk about the parents too. Everyone was kind of like, at best, they seem to just be absentee parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. So I guess Mike, we know his parents died. Richie, do we ever see his parents or his family life? I feel like we don't.
No.
Stanley, we know his dad's like a rabbi or something. Mm-hmm. Eddie has the overprotective mom. Mm-hmm. The dad yells at Bill for wanting to find his brother. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck, Dad?
Yeah, that was something I don't cool. That's something that always pulls me out too. But I guess again, it's part of the town, and I think it makes them parents. It just makes everyone shitty there. The longer you're there, the shittier you become. But I'm like, I hate watching just parents be bad parents. Welcome to Derry. The longer you're here, the shittier you become.
It would be a great reality show if this were a real place.
Oh God.
Derry Island or something shit. And then back to touching on the characters, I think real quick. Pennywise, we'll dive into this a little bit more, and I think that here will be the best place to ask this. Do you have a preference in your Pennywise? Do you think one is better than the other, or are you kind of like they both bring their own thing? Personally, I like Skarsgård better than Curry, and I'll just say that. I just think it's a cooler design, and I like it better in that a lot of that aspect.
Yes.
It's been too long for me to say for sure. So I would just say they both do a good job doing their own thing.
Yes. I'm like that. It's like, as much as Tim Curry, like, he terrified me as a kid. Like I said before in the beginning of this, I do appreciate Bill and the version he gave us. So I like them both for each of their own. I feel like if Tim Curry had an R-rated version to go off of, maybe he'll be just as terrifying as Bill.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
But or more technology that we have today that they didn't have making a TV show.
But even just Tim's acting in that, miniseries, like my mind instantly went back to the little girl riding her tricycle, and then he's in the sheets and he's just happy one moment, and the next thing he's like looking angry and he's about to charge at her.
She is passing over his face, so you just see his face. Yeah.
Something as subtle as that is creepy to me, or just those moments when he come out the drain and he's bothering Eddie. Like, it's silly, but it's still pretty haunting. So I think they did a great job with like making that happen for Tim in the miniseries, because he was only so much you can do, versus Bill, where he went to do his own version and he did the drool and more childish like, and even his appearance, the big head and the way the cheeks and stuff, like he's taking on a childlike appearance a little bit as a clown. So
it's almost like a baby.
Yeah, if you think about it, right? So I appreciate them both. Now, it's really hard for me. Obviously, Tim affected me more, but I do enjoy Bill.
And I think that's going to be the kind of most common response. And I definitely feel that way too. But I feel like if I was gun to my head, I was just trying to be controversial for views or whatever.
Completely biased. I like Tim Curry's but based on what Bobby said, Tim Curry's performance felt, even though he was over the top and goofy a lot of the times, it still felt more subdued and little versus Skarsgård's. To me, really quick movements, a big thing that scares me, but something just small, sinister look will scare me more. I felt like Tim Curry's portrayal of it is just, for me, scarier. Subtle things, smaller, subtle things for me just strikes me that over-the-top action just doesn't.
I'm with you. Hannibal Lecter never does anything really, but he is terrifying to me. Whereas somebody being like, I'm going to get you. Like, all right, bud.
It's interesting.
Like, he's fun. He's fun to me.
Yeah.
The newer one. I'm just like, I would out with him, but hang out with
Which one would you have a beer with?
Yeah, that definitely. I would hang out with Skarsgård. Definitely.
That's interesting. I'm trying to think about it. I think as a child, I might have been more scared of the "I'm gonna get you" type of character as opposed to the more subdued Lecter or Tim Curry as it. Probably just resonating with me now. We mentioned the phrase "You'll float too." That's definitely said in this movie quite a bit. So if you've heard it, then you'll know, and it's become famous of that. Any other dialogue stick out that you had a fun time with?
Beep beep Richie.
So that's a big thing from the book.
Love that one. Yes.
The only Pennywise, I think, said it in the movie, because I ended up Googling it because it's LP in the song Just by Run the Jewels. LP has a lyric, beep beep Richie, this is New York City, and blah, 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 you know.
I love that.
But so when I heard it in the movie, I was Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the screen again. Oh, that's in a Run the Jewels song.
Yeah. So it's from the book. They use it to when they really want Richie to shut up.
Just shut up, yeah.
Like when it's like serious.
I know it's in the miniseries. People like beat Richie.
But yeah, only Pennywise says
but
that.
Other than that, I don't know that I have any standout dialogue. The paper man crumble thing was a good line, but I can't even remember it correctly.
I mean, you said you'll float too. I mean, and time to float is the new one for this, right? Because he says that it's technically the same thing, but he says time to float a lot, especially when he's going after Eddie coming out the fridge. That was a creepy moment too.
A lot of floating stuff. Yeah.
A lot of floating.
That's what really stuck out to me too.
Yeah.
I'm not a lovey-dovey person, but the little poem, I liked that
January
aspect of
Embers.
it.
It's a good little poem for a little 12, 13-year-old boy to write to a crush.
Yeah. And I liked that whole dynamic of like, is it going to be Bill or Ben? Who's doing what? Is anybody going to make a move? They're still just kids. It all felt very innocent. I really like, as opposed to, you know, an orgy when they'd all gone swimming in their underwear, and then there's that scene where they're all kind of like looking at her.
We're listening to Young MC's Bust a Move.
And they all look away. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's like, so that to me is, you know, kids becoming adult moments, not what was in the book.
Right. Yeah, those bits of innocence still becoming an adult, certainly. And that's a great scene. Another scene kind of opposite of that fun nature. We mentioned before, the basement with the dead Georgie, where he starts kind of like changing his voice, saying "You'll float too," and
it's like puppeted.
Pennywise gets all jittery and scary. But the thing I really liked on that is when Pennywise like smacks his head against the steps as Bill's running up, and they just slowly just drags his head away.
That was so creepy
fun.
to me. That to me was creepy because his eyes rolled back of his head as he did it, and I didn't like that. It was different.
I can feel. I thought it was funny, and I enjoyed it a lot. Of Pennywise being funny.
Yeah,
I didn't even stand out to me. I don't remember.
Any other scenes that you guys feel are very noteworthy? We'll get to the climax, I guess, momentarily, but I think the other one would be the blood shooting out of the.
Right.
Oh yeah,
that's a big one.
The Shining scene.
Yeah.
There were two that stand out to me. One that scared the shit out of me was a jump scare when Beverly just beat the shit out of her father in the bathroom, and then she turns around and Pennywise is right there, and he looks huge for some reason in this scene.
He's really that huge.
He may have been bigger. Yeah.
He can change his size.
His size changes.
How tall is Bill?
I think he's tall.
He's a tall guy. For sure.
He has to be like 6 something. Like
I would guess, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4".
6'4".
Jeez.
6'4". Okay.
Yeah. Woof. Tall.
Yeah, compared
man.
to Sophia Lillis, he's huge.
Sure.
I believe she was also one of the smallest people on set at like 5 feet tall. She often had at times stand on like a crate for some shots.
Oh wow.
To be a little higher to match up and stuff. Yeah. So
wow.
They probably didn't have to do much of that camera trickery. They just put a little down angle and it looks even ginormous.
The other one is the the flute lady when they're in the sewers and it's already like has its mouth over Stan's face.
Yes.
And then you see it, like retract off and then it retreats back into the pipe.
Yeah.
It goes in and then comes back as the clown and then goes back in. I was like, okay, that was cool. I like
with the hand still exposed. So you see that it never leaves. Yeah. And the way it's just takes its weird jaws off its face and all the little blood around the head from the teeth punctures.
Poor Stan.
It's very good.
Yeah, I would
for me.
Pissed.
The bullies. Again, going back to the bully stuff, a standout scene for me that really bothers me, which it should, is when they're gonna when he pulls out his knife to
Ben.
carve his name into Ben's stomach. I'm like, oh my God, like this is.
Yeah, it's
truly
beyond bullying.
Horrific. Yeah,
that's some mean bullshit.
Messed up.
That's what happens when a bully who's getting older, he's been in dairy for a long time, getting super shitty.
Getting shittier,
Right?
I did like
Even
when Mike was fighting him towards the end and he was about to use that gun thing on him, but then he got up and like just pushed him down the well and he just kind of like fell. I was like,
good.
A
little, yeah.
Yes.
Did we ever see him after that?
No.
No.
I mean, no.
Yeah. I don't think we had.
That's what I was wondering.
Because it picks up.
I don't think we do.
Chapter 2, we see what happens.
Right. So I'm like, how is he still alive? What happened? Was it? Did
power of Pennywise.
Don't worry, I'll save you. My little crazy man.
Yeah. I think that's what it did a little bit. We've talked about some of the scenes that scared us. I don't know if there's anything else that you would like to add on. I did really I liked a lot more of the tension building scary scenes. So there's like the egg boy scare in the library where he's like going through, but that whole scene I thought is good as he's like flipping through the book. You see the librarian in the background just staring.
I didn't even notice
at
that
one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of hidden Pennywises and like scary moments and stuff when he's like in the scene somewhere else or doing something.
Yeah. It was one part when they're at the wall after leaving the store, and if you look on the wall, like on the graffiti, you see Pennywise's face slightly in there. If you look
really?
close.
And he's like looking
really
at them all.
creepy.
Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the projector scene,
Mm-hmm.
which normally this is over the top and would work for me, but they did it in a way, pacing wise, that just everything was done well for it to really affect me.
I like everything about the projector scene except for the giant Pennywise crawling out of the screen. But all the other moments in that scene are great.
And that was apparently inspired by like some other, I think, like short story, maybe even a Stephen King short story. I forget what it is. I didn't write it down. Where it's like that happens with a dog or something, and like a giant dog comes out of a projector screen.
Yeah.
Going back to the egg scene, I thought the egg scene was a good one, but I really liked when he's looking at the book and flipping the page and it's the same page, but zooming in closer and closer on the tree until you see a child's head in it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was really, and then again, the music in the background, you hear the kids chattering, I don't know, choir going louder as it's happening. It's like amping it up. And I'm just like, ugh. And like you said, in the background, you do see the adults just looking up and just staring. It's it's real creepy.
I didn't notice that.
It's real creepy.
Yeah, definitely. Like the librarian, I remember seeing her like, and then like when it goes to like when you see the balloon move, she's back to normal, just doing stuff on the shelf. But like while he's flipping through, just your focus is on what he's looking at, and you're in that moment. But yeah, you look back there, and she's just like it's not very noticeable, but a cool little thing. So we'll talk a little bit about the gores as we go. The gores. The gore and such as we go over here.
It's time for the gore. Fatality.
So there's not like a huge amount of death, really kills, but there's a lot of like little gory scenes and gores of the such gores. Georgie obviously is one of the biggest. In the first, he gets his arm ripped off and eaten as he's pulled into the sewer by Pennywise. There's a sheep or a couple sheep, but definitely one that gets a little headshot. That's
that reminds me of just how cold-blooded it is. I think after they all fight, maybe after their little fight, and you see Mike just take out a sheep with like absolutely cold-hearted.
And that whole story of
before
him
he
in the
couldn't do
beginning,
it.
he was like, couldn't do it. So he went through
I was
some
like,
shit.
God damn, Mike.
I've seen a lot of shit now.
Right?
Yeah.
Sheeps don't mean shit to him anymore. Henry, when he started carving into Ben's name into his stomach, is like, I mean, you feel that. Betty, who was one of the people that went missing, she was presumably bitten in half, maybe. We see her top half at one point. Patrick was mauled by Pennywise in the sewer. And Eddie, we get, is eaten off screen. We see an arm scene. Bully. The bully's dad.
Father.
He gets stabbed in the neck.
Stabs him in the neck.
And then Beverly's dad, I guess he might be dead or severely brain damaged because he gets knocked in the head pretty hard and we get a pool of blood
I Googled
coming
it.
in.
Apparently he did not die there. Because I was... he is just, yes, very badly injured.
But we get blood pool there. And then the other moment we mentioned is the bathroom scene where just blood comes like gushing out of the...
After her hair
drain.
like traps her there.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
also her dad. I'd like to think he's just abusive and not sexually abusive, but it definitely
it's
you can
remember
go up that
remember what the kids originally did in the book that Stephen King went there.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
You know it had to be.
Well, Andy Muschietti did not.
Well, exactly. It toes the line at an
Yeah.
appropriate point to make it be like, oh, this is fucking terrible, but we don't have to really experience
God, I
it.
feel so bad for her.
I mean, it's not as gory, but the moment where Mike was being attacked by the bullies, and then he looks over and he sees Pennywise with the arm, and he's like waving at him.
That's classic. That's a great GIF to use
Great
in a
GIF.
Discord when someone joins.
Oh yes, I like that.
So if you can think on those or any of the other anything else that might pop into your mind, we'll go through the gore meter. It's where we add up our intensity and consistency. We rate each one of those 1 to 5. Give us a total that'll give us out of 10. Now the intensity, I would say at most maybe like 3, just because it's on a child that you see.
I was going to say I'd give it a 3 because a 6-year-old gets his arm ripped off. And
but it's not like we have all that
intense.
blood and there's not a lot of viscera. That's one of the things we like to mention.
Sure.
You don't see entrails coming out.
In that bloody bathroom, maybe we're just a little desensitized to a ton of blood.
It doesn't feel.
Maybe if there were like actual remnants of body parts along with the blood in the bathroom.
Exactly.
Some guts in there or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think somewhere
I'm good with 3.
I would agree with the 3, honestly.
Yeah,
awesome.
Same.
And then consistency. So it's
How often it occurs in the movie.
Throughout the movie. And I mean, it starts with some. It kind of has its ebb and flows, but I'd say it's fairly consistent. Maybe about,
I was going to give it a 2.
Just under? Yeah, like halfway.
Yeah, just under half a movie.
I could agree with that too.
Yeah, I'll do it 2 as well. That's where I was going to go with.
Yeah, because I'm only going to count the actual like deaths and not like people who are already dead or him waving their body parts and stuff. So I think a 2 is accurate.
Not counting waving body parts. Nah, I get you. And there's a lot of like zombie-esque.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a leper
that
as well.
Weird guy that scares Eddie in front of the.
That's supposed to be a leper, I believe. That's what his fear. He has because he's so
germaphobe.
Oh, sure, because he's like disease.
Yeah. So that gives it a score of 5, which I think sits right in the middle, which is I think is kind of perfect. It might be a little bit on the high end,
feels a little high, but at the same time, we said it's kind of can get a gore hound there, but not really. So a 5, I would say, reflects
I think it's
that.
mid and sits perfectly in that middle range.
Yeah.
So with that 5 in mind, do you think the gore level works for this film? Should it have more? Should it have less?
More. Always want more.
I think more.
I oftentimes I'm like, you know what? It did it right for the tone of this movie or for whatever it is. It's fine. It doesn't need more. But in this case, I would love some more. Yeah.
Let the bodies hit the floor. You started it off great. I I needed way more, way more gore.
Right, especially the way it starts. You'd think that's just setting the tone, but it's kind of the most extreme thing that happens.
Yeah, it's like grab them in the beginning and now you're trapped. Great. So let's talk about our climax of this film. After Beverly confronts and incapacitates her abusive father, Pennywise abducts her. The Losers Club reassures and returns to the abandoned house to rescue her. Reassembles and returns to the abandoned house to rescue her. Bowers, who has murdered his abusive father after being driven insane by Pennywise, attacks the group. Mike fights back, pushing Bowers down the well. That's where we get that little ping pong down the well, and we're like, he can't be doing good after that. The losers descend into the sewers and find Pennywise's underground lair, which contains a mountain of decayed circus props, children's belongings, all sorts of stuff. Really cool looking set piece there, around which the bodies of its victims, the child victims, are floating midair. Beverly has now gone catatonic after being exposed to what are called the dead lights. It's never really mentioned in the film, but that's what they're referred to as in the book.
3 glowing balls down Pennywise's deep throat.
Yeah, I think that's one of the yeah. It's in his big old gaping mouth. It's makes her.
There's 3 of them.
He can fit 3 balls in there.
Yeah.
She's restored to consciousness when Ben kisses her. Bill encounters Georgie, but realizes he is Pennywise in disguise. Pennywise takes Bill hostage, offering to spare the others and go into hibernation if they leave him Bill. Losers reject this, battling Pennywise while overcoming their various fears as the creature cycles through them to attempt to find a weakness to prey on. But the losers beat Pennywise with bats and chains and pipes, and they kick and stomp it, and Beverly eventually stabs him in the face with the broken pipe. It retreats before falling backwards down a well into the darkness of the sewer while saying fear for some reason. And Bill finds Georgie's bloodstained raincoat and the group comforts him.
Oh, that part was
great.
really nice when he's crying, because that's the first time we've seen him cry over Georgie.
Yeah.
And everybody comes together in like a big little family friendship group hug. I really like that moment.
Do you think for Bill that was just him getting his just
Closure?
his closure?
Closure.
Yes,
Yeah, I do.
He knew
Yes.
it wasn't Pennywise. I mean, he knew it wasn't Georgie. He knew it was Pennywise, but I guess he just did that because closure.
But I think when he saw the
Yeah.
raincoat, it was like, that's definitely
Yeah.
Georgie's. This is my sort of like, because they never found a body, more or less.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that all pulled it together. Do you think
Sassy.
Bill Skarsgård was supposed to show fear on his face and accidentally just said the line?
And they were like, you know what, we'll keep it. I don't know why he says that.
Because I know he was mimicking Bill a little bit, because Bill would say that like rhyme to help with his stutter, and as Pennywise was going into the well, he was saying that. Yeah, and then after that, he just said fear, and I'm like, huh? That's not a part of the poem. Rhyme. Great shot.
But I do like this climax. I think it's fun of them coming together and just beating on Pennywise. It's a fun and
I like when Richie's doing his like, you know what? Fuck you, Bill. Like, you made me do this. I'm going through these sewers, going through the gray water, fucking this, fucking that. And now I got to beat the shit out of this clown. And he pulls out the baseball bat.
That was another line from the movie.
the gray water stuff was fun. Especially when they come back, and I think it's like Ben that's like, gray water or something like that.
It's funny because I always thought of gray water as like just, I guess I think of it from camping. It's like the water that you wash your dishes with. Then is gray water, not like poop water or whatever it is in the
stagnant
disease water.
Stagnant shit.
I agree. I like the climax. I like the kids working together to actually fight Pennywise in all little ways. I mean, I guess aside from Stan and Mike, I don't really know what their actual fears were in this, but everybody else having their little moment with what made them afraid.
Mike's was his parents. Like, he would see the charred hands.
That's why it's like,
we see charred hands for a second. I forget where. Do they come out of his mouth?
Yeah, he opens his mouth and it's a bunch of hands coming out to grab.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And then I don't know if we see the the lady there, the flute lady there, but we had seen her not long before.
Okay. Never mind. I don't know
because that's his fear.
The mummy with Ben is a bigger thing in the book. That's one of the things that he's really afraid of.
Oh, that's right. That didn't make.
And there's a moment where Pennywise, when he's going at the kids, I think it might be in the house earlier. It's at some point he has a werewolf hand. And a werewolf, because there's originally the kids were scared of like the Universal monsters was one of the things. So it was like the mummy, werewolf, creature from the Black Lagoon, like all those types of things.
I do remember watching the commentary with Andy, and he said that they wanted to go full on werewolf, but they had a budget that they couldn't do. So all they did was the hands and a part of his face, but they just focused more on the hand.
I like that actually. Yeah. The fact that they didn't make him, it almost reminds me of The Thing a little bit. Like all these little aspects of things he can turn into. He is like a hand, a little mouth, and then you could see other parts of like a spider in him. So I mean,
it reminds you of The Thing. The Thing
it reminds you of it. Gets you down.
It reminds you.
And
of
I like
thing.
it adds to like a little bit of this creature thing where it's just cycling through the known fears that I know, the things that it can do, and just trying all these like different things.
How about this one? No. How about this? How about this?
It does almost kind of like the spider legs or whatever those things are. So I think that's supposed to be like a little
remind me of crab, maybe. I don't know.
Crab or praying mantis, but I always thought that was like supposed
praying
to be
mantis,
like a little bit of an homage to the spider in the It miniseries.
Speaking of homages, I was listening to y'all episode on The Thing. Y'all mentioned briefly this movie here because they do a homage to the thing where Stan's was it his head? I think it was his head, or it was somebody's head where it turns into like a spider.
Yeah.
And then like you gotta be fucking kidding me moment, which was also in The Thing, which was great.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. That's fun. And Bobby, you said you didn't like the Ben kissing Beverly to pull her out.
Like, how'd you know that was
like fairy tale bullshit?
Yeah. Like,
and in these days, come on, where's the consent?
Right. But I don't know. I don't know if it was his acting. I don't know what it was. It just felt a little out of place for me. Because I know he had feelings for Beverly, right? But that specific moment was just like, I don't know, it was just a little off to me, and I didn't like it.
I mean, he couldn't ride him or her down a bicycle like in the miniseries weeks afterwards to bring her back. So I guess
Hi-ho Silver.
It was true love, true love's kiss. I guess. So, I don't know.
It's supposed to. I think I get it. It does feel a little weird, but I'm like, again, I'm like
a little cheesy.
Well, what's really weird is she says the January Embers thing, right? Oh, it was you the whole time. Meanwhile, in the prologue, I'm gonna kiss Bill.
I'm still right. When I watched it, I'm like, so you're still gonna go with Bill.
It's going with Bill.
I mean, I took that as, I know you wrote this, but I'm not interested. And
nice. But so, mentioning the prologue, as the summer ends, Beverly informs the group of a vision she had while she was catatonic, where she saw them fighting Pennywise again as adults, or just feeling the sense of dread. She'll never forget it. The losers swear a blood oath that they will return to Derry as adults if Pennywise returns. And after all the others say their goodbyes and disperse, Beverly and Bill discuss her leaving the next day to live with her aunt in Portland, Maine, where, Stephen King resides. That's their little King shout out there. And before she leaves, Bill reveals his feelings and they kiss. I guess there's like foreshadowing too as to like when they leave, as to what happens to them as adults, like the order in which they leave as well. And there's a few other things like that and stuff. But we're going to talk about this blood oath, this disgusting blood oath. I've never done a blood oath. I've always thought it was gross.
Cut open. They only touched uncut palm to cut palm. But still.
I could just take it back, even if I do this. So why am I cutting myself? I could just be lying in the moment.
Terrible.
Yeah. We don't. I'll come back, guys. I don't need the.
I don't want your blood on me.
This is not necessary. It's fine.
I mean, I guess back in the day that was a thing. Some people used to like spit in their hands,
right?
And shake hands,
just do that.
Stuff like
Just do that.
Also
it's
gross.
Fine.
I don't want to do that either. But
I'm not scarring my body. I'm just bleeding and
Brian,
getting
the only
infection,
time-
maybe. Like,
Maybe it was supposed to represent, okay, we're one now. Like we're all like
Yeah.
a real solid
Yeah.
unit.
I mean, I
Mhm.
get the meaning behind it. I understand what we're doing
Sure.
here. And I do feel like maybe blood oaths, I do feel like those were a trope of like the 80s. I feel, at least
Well,
maybe
see,
within
I feel like
movies
it's
and
more of a
stuff.
50s thing, and they kept
Oh.
it for the 80s.
mm,
Like, I feel like, do they do that in Stand By Me?
Yeah.
Feels like they could.
have.
The fact they use
Yeah.
a dirty glass shard
Glass. Yes.
and they seem to cut
infection.
big
Could you
cut
just
in
do
your
like a
hand.
little
Just
like
prick your finger? Yeah. Absolutely.
No, they're going serious. And then at the end
Yeah.
with the kiss when she puts her bloody hand
Oh,
on
yeah,
his
just like,
face.
Oh, and you like see it in between her fingers.
Yeah.
That little Vulcan hand.
Ah,
Yuck.
that's gross.
Yeah, I don't want any of my friends' blood on me ever. And the only time it's acceptable is if I'm like trying to save them in a medical emergency.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, we've never done a blood oath. And I'm fine
Never
with this.
So
Never
the way
say
this
never.
ended. Okay. It ended very happy-go-lucky to me.
Mhm.
Now I keep talking about this miniseries. In the miniseries ending, where it's like transitioning over to the adult side, we end with like a really dark moment that takes us into the next movie. And this, I kind of wish we got something to like clearly show, okay, there's going to be a second part to this, even though they tell us literally, okay, part
Mhm.
2 coming whenever.
I mean, I think
Right.
I don't remember
It
how much they had
Reveals that chapter 1.
secured that they were going to be able to do chapter 2 at this point. I think it was still hopeful. So that's why they
Yeah.
kind
And
of
then this ended up being like one of the highest
Yeah.
grossing horror movies of
Yeah.
all time. Right?
They weren't really expecting it as much as from what I could tell. And
I guess that was the safe way, just in case we don't get that. Let's just end it this
Standalone.
way. Yeah.
Sure.
No cliffhangers, and it just never happens.
The book is the book, Bobby. I think I heard this, that it's like both stories told at the same time, the
Yeah.
adults and the kids back and forth.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
more similar to like the miniseries, more so this
Mhm.
one here, because
Right.
it's like back and forth.
Yeah, intertwined.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Mm.
Any final thoughts before we get into our extra credit questions? I'm good.
I actually
Awesome.
think I
Good.
got everything out.
Cool.
How about that?
So for our questions tonight, we always start off with how would we survive and how many would be sacrificed. And I think this takes two different situations. If we're adults or if we're kids in this situation. For adults, I think that we get that dairy brainwash and ignore everything going on.
Yeah, we're fine.
Fuck that
But
kid.
kids,
If we
You can
were
take care of
kids,
yourself.
I don't know if I could band together to. I think now suddenly I am relating more to Stanley and being like, let's not fucking do this.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we did our job, and in 27 years, whatever kids happen to be around, they need to do
It's their turn.
take our spot. It's your
Yeah.
turn to
Yeah.
do.
But you made
Rite
a
of
blood
passage.
oath, so you have to do it.
I did not participate.
that
in
you
that.
wouldn't remember, right? Because they all forget when they leave Derry.
That is true until they get the call.
Except for the blood oaths is suddenly important.
They
I
get
don't
that
know.
call,
Like, no one
brings
keeps
it
a
all back
journal.
in.
Then they start to remember.
Yeah,
then you
I
have to go.
think if we're able to band together, I think we could defeat it because they do. I think it's workable. I think we can
Oh my
do
God,
it
you are
ourselves.
Bill.
If these kids can do it, we could do it when we were kids.
But we might not band together and just be like the ones that get picked off by Pennywise, like in the
That would
beginning.
be terrible. No. And that's why you have to band together.
I just think we need a plan. That is my main. Like, what are we actually gonna do when we get down here?
Well, I got a bunch of
We had
rods.
this discussion often. Like when we was covering the TV show, it was a situation where we would have this conversation where it's
Sure.
like, would you band together and go with your group of friends to help defeat this thing? Or would you just leave it alone and possibly get picked off one by one? Which one?
I probably leave it alone. I've always been fine not going with the group. Be like, fine, you guys go, then I'll just do my own thing.
I want to
Sam.
believe
And then
that I
It
would.
was it.
We don't
I have
have
a
any
feeling I would go.
information. We don't know what this thing actually is. This was, first of all, the fact that they beat it by not being afraid is a fluke. Because in real life, I don't know how much I would believe that would work.
Yeah.
I think you just eat
we
them.
don't know
to try.
anything.
That's the other thing. I don't think Pennywise is scary in this as an adult, but if I was 12 and it knew what my fears were and were presenting them to scare me, I would be terrified.
That's a thought.
Absolutely terrified.
Mine would just be like, "Oh, I'm death." I'm like, "I'm scared of you."
He'd be like an alien for you, alien
that
shit.
too. That too. Oh my god. Fuck you, Pennywise. I don't
like
aliens. I'm banding together. I'm mad now. I'm thinking I can do it.
Be like a hippo for me? I don't know.
God, a weird hippo alien when it's fighting both of us, and then a clown. It's still turning into a clown at some point. Everyone's got that.
Sorry, Bobby. We know you got a fear of clowns from this. Mike, do you have a childhood fear that Pennywise would have presented as?
Like Bobby, this and Killer Clowns from Outer Space scared the shit out of me. And
Killer Clowns did.
The way they looked really is what it was. The way they looked.
Sure, they're weird looking.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of a lot of animals in bodies of water. So I think somehow making me hallucinate and think I'm in some water, and even fish, small fish, I don't like any of it. If it's not a dog or a cat, I'm not fucking with it.
All right.
Something with the animals and water.
The open bodies of water, I get that too. Imagine just like we're down in the sewer, then all of a sudden it just makes you feel like you're just floating in the middle of nothing.
Oh my god! You just see an eyeball open up. Oh, geez.
A giant eyeball underneath you.
I've seen some weird AI thing that was like that, and I just scroll past it real quick because I don't like stuff like that. I'm also afraid of underwater things. So yeah,
I get that.
Brian, I think, has that too, right? Like
yes.
Big open water, like
right, where you're just floating at the top of it, and there's like thousands of feet of something beneath you.
They can see us, but we can't see them.
Yeah.
Hate that feeling.
Something can drag you with his little tentacle, and then you're done.
Oh god.
It doesn't bother me. Huh? I mean, I'd want to not.
Wait,
I don't want to be in that situation, but you don't mind thinking about it.
Well, yeah, like being survival wise, it's not good to be in an inner tube floating in the middle of the ocean, right?
Yeah.
But it wouldn't bother me thinking about what's beneath me. I'd be more worried about the sun and dehydration and things.
I mean, I guess in a survival situation, I might be thinking like that, especially if I'm in a raft. I'm thinking no raft. I'm literally just floating by myself in water.
Well, then, you got to have the endurance not to drown. That's, again, what I'm worried about. Not worried about
I would hope
any animals.
I can't wait till you're...
Now, you put me in some fresh water in Africa where there's hippos.
Crocodiles.
Forget about it. Then I'm terrified. Or at least that was the case. When I was a kid, Brian knows this. When I was a kid, I heard that hippos killed more people than any other animal or something like that.
Really?
And so
then they
scared me for a long time.
Hungry hippos.
About them being hungry for humans.
So that's why they would be like my childhood fear.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, I don't know. In space, there's vastness doesn't really scare me.
That doesn't as much because I feel like I can see farther out in space. I can see things.
Sure. So it's
it's a matter of
the clarity of the water.
10 feet below you in water. You don't see anything.
So if you're in the Caribbean or somewhere where it's really clear, does
bothers me less.
Bother you? Okay.
But still,
Mike.
No.
I haven't been in deep in... I've been to areas in swimming where it's I don't know how far it is down, but you can see the bottom, but it's clear all the way down. It's just coral and fishes and stuff. That doesn't bother me. It's when I can't see what's below me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Both of it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm imagining not seeing anything. And then what if I do see something? I would definitely die. There's just no way I'm surviving.
I just stopped swimming. I just drowned.
Yeah, just give up, bro.
Give up. Yeah. So that's what Pennywise would do to us. This weird alien hippo clown creature while we're all stuck in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Terrible. So let's talk about our heroes, the losers, and their whole club.
Yes.
We're going to rate them based on two different factors like we like to do. This is tenacity and iconography. both on a scale of 1 to 5 for both, to a total of 10. Further tenacity, I was going to say somewhere around a 4 for what we see them go through in this movie, especially dealing with shitty parents.
Yeah.
Of the dairy
they don't give
adults,
up,
and they keep go back. They
confront. Yeah.
They do bond
Pennywise.
together after a bunch and go through and ultimately defeat Pennywise. So
I could maybe even go 4.5 because they have a lot to overcome.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I like that. I like that. I was being conservative on it, but 4.5 sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yes.
Iconography. Now, this is where I feel, unfortunately, they hit.
Is there less than a 1?
I think we could go 0, right? I mean, I don't know.
The only way,
unless they were cosplaying as a group at a horror con, I might recognize them all together, but I would not recognize any of them individually.
The only one you could is if he had his cast on.
Oh, cast.
Yeah.
The loser lover cast.
Loser lover thing. I think that could give them more than half a point.
I'll give them a half a point.
Okay. Are we all good with that?
Okay.
That's got to be the lowest.
Yeah.
I'll
5.
do a 1.
You think a 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be generous and do a 1.
That'll kick it up to a 0.75 if you give it a 1.
We'll average it 0.75. So what? 5.25. And that's pretty low.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Don't
their
usually get
iconography,
that low.
unfortunately, because
I don't know who you are I don't know who you are.
exactly.
And this is just based on the Losers Club, right? Just
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
5.25 total. It is what it is.
It is what it is. So the
I
villain
mean, I would
level.
recognize Georgie with the yellow.
That's true.
ring
He's not
collar.
in the
Sure,
Losers
but he
Club.
doesn't
He's not in
count.
the Losers Club.
He's not a
you're right.
loser. He's
Yeah.
just dead.
Dead loser.
He could have been,
Villain level. Pennywise, as we all know him. Power level
Very
and
powerful.
iconography. So instead of tenacity, we do powerful level. I'd say a 4.5. The only reason I don't say 5 is because there is this weird fear factor with him. Apparently, he is seemingly beatable, but he is pretty cosmic and godlike.
Yeah,
He's the
seemingly
eat of
beautiful,
worlds.
but not.
Right.
Yeah, right. And balls.
And balls.
3 of them.
3 of them.
4.5 sounds right to me because he's not quite got. I mean, all the loser club survives this.
Yeah, I mean,
first
kids never.
chapter.
Yeah.
I mean,
So 4.5 because he's still very powerful, but because they skate by, can't give him a 5.
I agree.
For this movie, I agree.
Okay.
If we was going to do it as a whole, then I would say straight up 5. But for this particular chapter, I agree with y'all's score.
Yeah. That's what's tough.
I agree with you there. I think
In iconography, I will say it's a 5.
recognize him anywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My mom would know the clown
Yes.
from it.
I think my mom would even know this one.
Yeah.
Poor
So I
Losers
think
Club.
it's very iconography. That gives him a 9.5, which is funny because a lot of times this scale does work out where the hero will get a higher score than the villain and ultimately defeat it. But
This is the other way.
at the end of the
I
day,
guess,
Pennywise doesn't really
we find
die.
out in chapter 2 they didn't defeat him.
Right. So the scale does kind of
What's her
work
name?
out.
Beverly has that vision of them all fighting him again as adults.
Exactly. So I think it kind of works. The 9.5.
So it's okay that he beat him.
It's all good.
In the long run, you just wait 27 years.
Oh my god.
Awesome. So I do think this should have a sequel. I think the natural sequel is what it is, and that's what they set us up for to want to see. I don't know how you really change a variation on it and still be a sequel to what this movie is.
I agree.
Anything you would want to see? And do you want to see that sequel?
I want to see the sequel that we got, kind of, but a better version. Better. So as much as I love the cast of kids in this movie, I did not think the adults were as well cast. So do a little better there. And then I don't know how much it followed the book or not, but follow it more or follow it less. Just to cut it down a little bit.
Sure.
Shave off a half hour.
We don't need to find the tokens for 2 hours. Okay, let's just get.
Yeah.
let's just get to
I
the
didn't mind that part because it reminded me of Are You Afraid of the Dark episode of the Silver Sight.
Nice.
If you know what when that is, when you have to find tokens to beat the monster. It kind of reminded me of that. I don't know why. But yeah. I know they're doing a supercut, allegedly. Between two movies because people wanted like a mashup of both movies, and Andy was like, "It's coming." They were focusing on the show, but they're eventually going to do a supercut of the movies and make it one big giant one. They want to do some re-edits and stuff, obviously, to make
I
it
hope
cohesive.
it's intertwined like the original story was, because that would
I
then I'd
believe I
be
heard that.
interested in seeing it.
I think I heard
But
even
if it's
maybe
just like back to back movies, I'm like, I can
maybe
do that on my
shooting a
own.
couple new scenes or something like that. I even saw something
Sure.
along
I
those
feel like
lines, but
Yeah,
was
they would
mentioned.
have to do that. I don't know how with the kids because they're like my age now. Not really,
Sure,
but
right?
Yeah, right. But
old enough.
But
you
for
know?
real, they're grown. Yeah,
That'd be
there's
fucking
like
hilarious if they brought
probably
them all
shot
back.
it 10 years ago.
now they bring them all back as they are now and just try to play it off.
Well, and just do
Yeah.
the de-aging thing, but like
now keep up same age.
22-year-olds to 12-year-olds.
they go 12, 22, 12, 20. Like they just keep switching back and forth. That'd be fun.
What they should have done is waited 27 years to make the sequel.
There you go.
That would
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hope that everybody lived.
yeah.
Is there any prop from this film that you would want to have in your collection? Throw up on the wall,
Ooh.
add to anything?
I'll take the cast.
The
That you
cast,
mentioned,
yeah.
the loser lover cast.
It's like the cast of
Yeah.
the movie. You want all of those?
Yeah, every single one of them.
That's a good one. Georgie's raincoat or the paper
The
boat.
boat. Mm-hmm.
Oh, the
So
boat
like
would
a-
be good, yeah. Henry's knife, just you never know.
Thinking utility.
New Kids on the Block poster.
Very good.
For a sequel, I think I would have liked a mixture of like the adults come back, but then we also have whatever kids are facing it currently, and they're working together to try to take
Sure.
out the divide.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
with
like
you
that
there.
idea.
I would probably like his little weird contraption thing that he was dancing in and doing that funny dance move, the stage thing. I just want that. That's cool.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Like if you could somehow just have a red balloon. From
Oh,
it,
yeah.
always
The
inflated.
book, the book from the library that the
Mm.
pages flip, because that would have had to been a practical
Mhm.
prop.
Mhm.
Might have just been loose pages because it's zoomed in, but or not bound into a book. But that would be cool.
Yeah.
Nice, good call.
George's arm.
Ooh, solid.
Oh yeah, nice. Or the arm that Pennywise waves
Yeah.
with.
Just.
See that arm back there? You ever see it? Chapter 1. No, that was a good one.
Do you recognize it now?
Yeah.
Ooh, look at me. Ooh, I'm gonna get you, Georgie.
That would have been perfect if that were George's arm and he was waving to Bill instead of.
Oh, that would've been-
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, he was
Brutally,
already petty when he was like, "This wasn't real enough for you. It was real enough for Georgie." I was just like, "Hold up, why are we throwing shots at my boy?"
Yeah, that's why I think, like, again, he's a little like he does have a little evil malice to him.
Yeah.
It's like I can see the creature
He's
aspect
got a
of
little
like
dairy in him. It made him
yeah,
shittier.
it even got into him. He
Which
used to
came
just
first?
be right.
Yeah.
The dairy or
Pennywise or
the
dairy. I guess
eggs
they're getting in. It's like the origins in the TV show, right? Kind of.
Mhm.
playing around. All right, we're going to a midnight showing of it. It's hooting and hollering and having a good time. What are we throwing? What are we doing? I mean, there has to be a bunch of balloons, red balloons everywhere. We can throw some
Absolutely.
paper boats at the screen.
Yeah.
Arms, severed arms.
Yes. Easter eggs.
Garbage
Oh,
bags that were being thrown on Beverly. Just throw those.
Trash water.
Not you remembering that. I forgot about that.
It was just
I
the
felt bad
bullies.
for
I was
her.
like, you guys are going really hard. Like normally, I'm just used to people just saying shit, not like,
Right.
oh, I'm gonna cut you or I'm gonna throw garbage. on
Right. Some of that
It's not that
extreme
serious.
bullying.
Coke
I'm a
Stephen
nerd. Get over
King
it.
bullies.
I'll just go with popcorn because they pop.
God.
That's a good one too. So fun in that moment. And lastly, we like to ask, what is the concession vessel that could be made for this movie?
Mm-hmm. So like popcorn,
whether it be
bucket,
popcorn,
cup,
nachos, a hot dog holder.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to have like a big open Pennywise mouth, like with his like, crazy teeth.
Yeah,
you have to stick your hand in there to get
That's
popcorn or
dope.
whatever. I think that would look cool.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Or like a red balloon.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it would. What sort of vehicle it would be best, but like maybe that's well, I don't know. It could be soda, it could be nachos, it could be anything really.
Yeah.
Just open so you on top of the mouth, I think you can get like I don't know, popcorn balls and do 3 of those together and put it in the mouth and then
So
eat
they-
it that
yeah,
way.
very
good.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Or that could also be a nacho tray, and his teeth are the nachos, and the cheese is
you
the
pull them out.
balls.
Yes.
You pull his teeth out. Yeah.
Dip them into the nacho balls or the
Yeah.
cheese balls. Okay, there it is. See, this is what workshopping gets us.
Yep.
Perfect.
That
All
was
right, let's
great.
go over to our
Welcome, Andy
ratings.
Buscietti.
Use that for your extra cut.
You can have that for free.
I only want your fingers.
Should we all like cut our fingers open and bleed on it?
Can you wrap your fingers around this?
I'll take a Voorhees burger and a side of Jason's bacon.
Show them.
Hey, that voice was in our movie, The Voorhees Burger inside of Jason Figures. He kills a sheep.
It's funny that we mentioned fingers because on this show we now use a rating scale of 0 to 5 points. Each point
That's
represents a different quality about a movie. These ratings are intended to be subjective on how we feel about a movie and not if the movie is objectively good or bad. Sam and I will kick us off, and then we'll give Ross sent in a old-fashioned letter through the mail straight out of Derry mail post office. So it made us.
Oh, you couldn't get us on the payphone?
No, he couldn't get us on the payphone anymore. He seems to be in Derry. Sam, I will have you go first. I'll go next, and then we will finish up with Ross for the student score.
That's very interesting because I haven't really rated it in my head. Before I have no idea where I land on it, so I'm very curious what it's gonna be. Okay, engaging. I'll give engaging a 1 because the second time I was less engaged, but I also just watched it not long beforehand, and that's not really the movie's fault. I was definitely fully in it when I watched it back when it came out, and then when I first rewatched it for this. Sticky. How memorable is it for me? How much do I think about it? I mean, I certainly don't think about it much. Memorable. There was, I mean, mostly I remembered, Pennywise trying to be scary and the blood. 'Cause I remember even thinking it then, and the bloody bathroom. And that was probably about it. And that'll that'll probably be what it is again. So I don't know. I'll call that a 0.25. Stuffable. Pennywise. Takes a lot of cool forms in this. There's a lot of cool character design. So I think there is stuff that would be cool from this movie. Do Sam, particularly want anything from it? I don't think I do. And for that reason, it will get a 0.5. Cockles. How did it make me feel? How do I like it? The cockles are actually fairly strong on this one because I really, jumping back to what we talked about earlier, the cinematography I really like in the movie. I really like the group of kids and their dynamics and everything. Again, it's just one of those things that the Pennywise is kind of my thing that I'm like, could take or leave. So I still like him though. So I'll give it a 0.75. And then rewatchable. Well, I'll go 0.5 because 0.25 is more like I would only ever watch it if someone wanted me to watch it with them. And 0.5 is like, oh, someday, it's not in my rotation, but I'll definitely check it out again one day. That gives me a 3 out of 5, which kind of was my guess. I could see it going a little higher. I didn't see it going any lower. So I'm good with 3 out of 5.
Awesome. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. I will give a 1 for engaging for kind of the same reasons. I'm pretty engaged with this movie. It's a very well shot movie, and I like what is going on screen. Sticky, I will have to bring it probably down to a 0.5. I don't think it's quite the 0.25, but in terms of what's memorable, I do certainly remember the opening with Georgie and a couple other scenes, the overall vibe of the movie, but I'm not thinking about it often or really kind of going to revisit it that much in my head. Stuffable, I will go ahead and give it a 0.75. Now, because I think there's a lot of really cool imagery for it. I think there's a lot of good stuff for it. Not necessarily anything that I would want. I think like I don't need to own like a It t-shirt or anything, but I would have like a cool design, maybe like a toy or something of Pennywise or I don't know. There's definitely a lot of cool visuals going on with it. So I think that's good there. Cockles, I'll go ahead and give a 0.75 to the Cockles as well, because I love the kids aspect to it, the coming of age story, everything that they're going through together as a friend group. And then I totally agree with Pennywise's like, ain't I edgy, ain't I freaking you out vibe, but I really like him, and I just enjoy him as a character, and I think he's really well done there. And rewatchable, I think I'll agree with a 0.5. And again, I could see this going up in time, but I think a 3.5 is good. I was thinking I might have given it closer to a 4, so I'm glad to see this is okay. Cool.
Right on. Then Ross, how did we get this message? What did you say?
It was sent in the mail from the Derry post office.
Oh yeah, and here it
Seemed
is.
a little angrier than normal.
Open it up right now. Oh yeah, his handwriting is shittier. So he just went like this real quick. Engaging 1, sticky 1, stuffable 1, cockles 1, rewatchable 1. So that's 5 out of 5.
All right.
He says, scoring this like the first time I saw it in theaters. The score gets tarnished a little because of the insane hype afterwards and the avalanche of Pennywise merch. But even after all that, it's still a fun film to watch, with a great shift in decades that felt believable and took some of the best parts of the book and still added its own flavor to it. But I'm also a sucker for anything Stephen King. Ah, thanks, Ross. I'm glad you were able to write that to us.
Then he called us a bunch of bastards. Because he's been in Derry for a little bit. You know, he's getting shittier. Awesome. All right, we'll go over to our wonderful guests, people under the scares, Michael and Bobby. Let's go with Bobby. You can start us off.
Okay. So engaging, was I engaged the whole entire time? Yes, I was. So I'm going to give it at least a 0.75. Love this movie.
Awesome.
Sticky, how memorable was it? I'm going to give it a 0.5, because even though there's a lot of scenes in this film that I do remember, I love quotables. I love going back to make references, and just don't really have much of that.
Sure.
Except for like maybe 2 things, but it does have a lot of cool scenes in there that I do think about every now and then. But yeah,
sure.
Stuffable. We talked about before, the imagery in this film is great. I love it. I do have a couple of Pennywise shirts and a hoodie.
There you go.
So
I think you got to give it a 1 then, right?
I'm gonna give it a 1. Yes. Cockles. How I did enjoy watching this. I've seen it twice in theaters. Had a good time with it. I'll give it a 0.75 just because, again, I could have used a little bit more gore in it, and just a little bit more violence.
Sounds like Ross now.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I'm almost up there. Rewatchable, I give it a 0.75 as well. I'm not going to give it quite a 1 just because, but 0.75, I enjoy this. Anytime I see Pennywise on screen, I'm going to stop and watch it. I do watch more for his performance, even though the whole entire cast did great. I'm mostly watching this movie because of him.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yes. So
that gives you 3.75.
3.75. Not bad.
How does that feel?
Sounds good.
Do you think that's what you would have scored it had you not done it on this?
Watching it for the first time, it probably would have been higher.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But watching it now, all these years later, that seems reasonable.
All right.
Cool. Awesome.
So yeah.
Thank you. Hey, Michael.
Of course.
All right. So for engaging, I actually was engaged throughout the whole movie, whether it was the coming of age aspect, the kids having fun, the parents being shitty, the townspeople being shitty, or Pennywise just doing whatever he's doing. Throughout the whole movie, I was engaged. So I actually would give that a 1. Sticky. I'm going to go 0.50 for Sticky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What I will, because I don't, like you said, I don't think about this movie. The only thing I will give it, if I see a red balloon out randomly in the world, I do think of this movie automatically. So that's the only reason it's not a 0.25 for me.
That's funny. That makes sense. I think of an episode of the X-Files. I didn't realize that till you said it, but that's what I would think of.
That's different.
Mm-hmm.
Stuffable. Obviously, there's merch everywhere for this. Not really my thing. I do want a wig, though. I do want a Pennywise wig. So I will give that.
With like the big widow's peak. You'd have to add extra scalp to it.
You have to have an extra scalp, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to not take it down a notch because I want to do work. So it's a 0.50 for that.
Oh no.
Cockles of the Heart. Overall, I was pretty satisfied with it. I like the vibe of the movie. I would have preferred it to be a little more dark just because that's mainly my go-to when watching these movies, especially with kids. I love, this is going to sound crazy, love watching kids die in movies.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like it's unsafe. I don't know where they're going to go with it.
I love the opening of Halloween Ends.
Oh, yes. That little shit deserved it.
Loved it.
Sorry to say.
Have you seen When Evil Lurks?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
That was a ride. I would give it a 0.75 for Cockles of the Heart. Rewatchable. You know, before we were doing it for this, I can remember the last time I watched this. So I am going to give it a 0.50 because it's not bad. I would watch it again.
Right.
And then especially if I recommend it or someone wants to watch it with me, like Sam said, I'll give it a 0.50 for rewatchability.
All right. Nice. It gives you a total of a 3.25.
Okay.
Does that feel good? And it feels like what you would kind of rate this?
Yeah. As long as if it was a 3 or above, I think it's accurate for me.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Excellent. I'm always trying to, figure out how accurate the scale is, tweak it here and there. It's the whole idea it came about was just to try and treat every movie the same when you give it a score.
I actually like this a lot. It makes it so much easier to rate something.
Oh, good.
Because then we can rate a classically bad movie, but if we liked it and it hit on all these things, it still
Troll
gets a
2
good
could still
score.
get a 5 on this.
Yes.
It's possible.
As it should.
Depending on your enjoyment.
Exactly. We enjoy it a lot. All right. Do we have any study buddies chiming in? Yes, we do. T-Boo and Kate. T-Boo just shared a GIF of Johnny Depp holding a card that says 10. So he really likes it. And Kate said, "It is my favorite King book." So I was very excited when this was announced. I think Bill Skarsgård is absolutely perfect as Pennywise, and all the kids are brilliant, especially Jack Dylan Grazer, who played Eddie. It is a difficult story to adapt, but they kept all the right things and left out all the things that definitely shouldn't be in there. 5 out of 5 from me. So thank you both.
Thanks,
the study buddies in the Discord really enjoy this one.
I was surprised Scotty didn't chime in because I know
he probably forgot.
Yeah, maybe because this is his favorite modern horror movie. So I was really expecting something from him. But,
Scotty from Fun with Horror. Check him out. And how does this movie compare to others in the Goo Book? So a study score or whatever we all together, so that's Ross, Brian, and Sam, gives it a 3.8. That sits it in a pretty decent club. A lot of 3.8 sitting around here. Things like Phantasm, Quarantine, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Blair Witch Project is a 3.8. We have Child's Play in there, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Child's Play 2, Thanksgiving, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Club Dread, Mother, and Lowlifes is another one. So those are all our 3.8s.
Check out Lowlifes on Tubi and then listen to our interview with the directors and writer.
Lowlifes is fun. Yeah, a lot of 3.8s. There's even a couple more in there, but I think it sits in a lot of good company, and we're gonna.
It's respectable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give it good marks.
Yeah, a lot of good company. Uzumaki, Knife and Heart.
Nice.
Oh no, Uzumaki's in 3.9. Same with Knife and Heart. Plus Heart.
Yeah.
Still good stuff.
Knife and Heart, Bobby, is that the dildo knife movie you trying to get into what?
Yes, it's amazing.
It's the.
I mean, come on. We open up a scene with somebody getting stabbed in the ass with a sharp dildo. Like, it's great.
It's the Giallo style movie with the. No, we covered it. Yeah, Giallo style. It's they're doing gay porn is like what the whole movie's about. We did it for a Pride episode with the Horror Bandwagon.
It's a beautiful movie too. It's shot.
The soundtrack
really well,
is amazing.
Yeah,
I've listened to it so much. M83.
Mm-hmm.
That's who it is, right? People knew who that some ones I didn't, but I really like the soundtrack quite a bit.
Nice.
It's good.
Check it out, that episode, because that concludes this episode's Students of Horror. Thanks again to Michael and Bobby from the People Under the Scares for joining us. Go ahead, promote yourselves one more time and let the people know.
Yes, we are People Under the Scares, and obviously, guys, thanks for having us. We really, really appreciate it. This is fun.
Oh yeah, you'll be back.
Of course,
sooner this time than last time. It won't be a year this time.
I mean, Van Helsing was, even though we didn't care for the movie too much,
it was fun though.
It was fun
about it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. We had a great time chatting with you guys. But thanks again for having us. Brian, it's nice meeting you this go around.
Yes.
And we are People Under Scares podcast. We cover all things horror. Like Mike said, beginning of this episode, we're a little shady, a little funny. We have a little comedic element to our covering of our movies, theme episodes. We just like to have a good time. And you can find us on Instagram, mostly on People Under the Scares. Yes.
Nice.
Great name too.
We do want to have you guys all on, but we want you guys to pick the movie.
Yes. So we're gonna be hitting y'all up.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
We would love to.
And you'll be back.
Continue.
Like I said.
Fantastic. Thanks so much again, guys. If you're enjoying this show, you want to stay connected with us, follow at Students of Horror on Instagram and Threads. Want to see Ross's killer tattoo work? Follow at Ross Purvis on Instagram. You can also hit him up and get some artwork that he will, send out to you. Throw it on your wall. Represent the Purvis. You can always follow at Chuddle the Sam and at Birdwitch with a Y, Bird with a Y, Witch with an I on Letterboxd to check out what we are watching. If you want to fang out with us and fellow members of the study group, join our Discord. Yeah, we're vamping it up. We got a Discord, and you can become part of the community, talk about all these movies, and hang out with us and other fellow study members. There's a link to all that There's a link to all that gooey goodness in the show description below. Next week, we are tackling the subject of franchises because we're returning to 1997's Alien Resurrection with the Horror Bandwagon and moving along on that track. And until next time, we'll think of a better ending.
Sign off. Signing off.